Go ahead, make your faces.
Aloha, this is your mean squirrel, here with a quick disclaimer.
Ooh, disclaimer.
This podcast contains explicit content and parental discretion is advised. So no bitching if you fucking get offended by anything. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And here we go with our intro song. Yes, that's the Turtle Boning the Trap remix.
Yes, that's what it was. I knew it sounded like an 80s game. Now the Ninja Turtles went into the 90s.
The Ninja Turtles did make it into the new millennium.
I think the new April O'Neil is dreamy.
I wouldn't turn down April O'Neil. No, I really wouldn't. Yellow jacket and everything. But today's episode is not going to be brought to you by any kind of alcohol because I just have coffee.
Yeah, that's what you're calling it.
No, it's just coffee. I'm out of. Well, no, I'm not completely out. I just want to save the last of it for tomorrow because I got to go back to work on Sunday.
Okay, so you're recording already, right?
I am recording. Welcome to the Squirrel Tangent, ladies and gentlemen. With me today, I actually have a return guest from the past 2 episodes. We have Jay Nighthouse in the house. Jay Nighthammer in the house.
Take 2. Action.
And because we are unedited and uncut, you get all that glorious I can't speak action. And ladies and gentlemen, we also have in the house, we got a new guy on. This is a coworker of mine. Do you actually have a name that you'd rather go by on this podcast rather than your own?
Oh, I don't care. I was actually thinking about the Latin Squirrel.
The Latin Squirrel? We'll give you a Latin Squirrel, man. You can be the Latin Squirrel. Rico.
Okay, so since we're going to geek out, I'm going to start off real quick. Have you seen the show Legacies?
Legacies. I have not seen Legacies. I have been holding off on watching Legacies because my other half, who is unfortunately unable to be with us today, she has not watched the originals. So we want her to be able to catch up on the originals before we watch Legacies.
Okay, so I've seen part of the originals, and all I can say is Legacies is part X-Men type, because they're in a school for gifted students.
Right. Well, because it fits, because in this whole universe, you got vampires, you got witches, you got werewolves, you got all those fun jazz, and you got to come up with some way to deal with the youth in that hodgepodge fun.
Yeah, so that I just finished the both seasons in about 2 weeks.
Oh, Jesus. That's what you get when you have time to blow on your off days.
No, that's called watching a lot of stuff by yourself, after work.
I thought that's when you're supposed to watch porn.
No, that's okay.
Too.
Yeah, that too.
I'm like, are you really going to deny that one? No. And I'll state straight across the board.
For all of you Prime Video subscribers, get Showtime.
And any guy that ever tries to deny that they watch porn, liars.
Oh, I do.
Oh yeah, no. And unfortunately, we got a lot of swinging dicks on the podcast this evening. But that'll change. We'll get some ladies' perspective back in here because somebody's got to keep us in line. So, well, you look like you were about to say something, Jay.
Who?
Jay.
Oh, don't trap me like that. What's wrong with you? I'm married.
You're married? No, jeez. Please. You think that influences your porn and rubbing one out regimen at all?
No, that doesn't. That's not influential at all. But 21st century and feminism. We're
Oh, right. Absolutely. Now, you got to give her space to do hers as well.
Now,
I mean,
my ex and my ex-wife and my ex-girlfriend, they enjoyed watching porn with me. They preferred the girl on girl.
Yeah. No, that works.
Oh,
That
yeah.
works. I've had the great opportunity to watch that in live action a few times. Way better than the digital version.
See, while I am not vanilla to these things, I have had the unfortunate circumstance to not have been able to take part in a lot of these things.
Oh.
My sex life has just been pretty standard.
Oh yeah, no, dude. You, like I said before, I've actually DJ'd. Brady and I met when I was DJing for a swingers party.
Damn.
Yeah. You don't get. Yeah. Okay. See now, I've had an ex that was a bisexual dominatrix.
Damn.
I've been with a couple of different swingers. Yeah, no, it's I've had a very interesting and sordid history. Yeah.
Sordid or morbid?
Take your pick. Take your pick. I've been in some weird.
Now my dating life definitely does not mirror the sex life. That.
Oh damn, that's hilarious. Yeah. Oh wait, what do we got? That's hilarious. Does it work? No, it's not working. Check. Okay. Well, apparently the effects aren't working now. No cut. Check.
You broke it. Here comes the echo.
It took a second to catch up. Then the only thing that I made echo was you broke it.
Remix.
And it's hard because I'm mixing on gear that I haven't really fully played with a lot. I mean, there's so much I could do with this, and I basically just scratched the surface on it. So one of these days, it's going to be
my gear all the time.
Right. Well, and I'm just going to have to do that. One of these days, I'm just going to have to drag you, Jay, and make you play with my toys.
Behind closed doors?
Well, if the room is treated, the doors have to be closed.
Oh, right. The door would have to be closed.
Secret confessions of a sound engineer.
Right. Do you have a farm painting on your wall? I'm looking behind your chunky head.
So I have a lot of paintings in my house because I got bored of blank walls, but I also have this is good. You see that picture of that like naked chick?
Yeah.
So I drew that, and my subject is a mutual friend, Greg.
Oh, and yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. A certain person from England with a British accent.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, and I'm not going to bring up names because, well, I don't know how she feels about being blasted out on a podcast. Yeah, about the most interesting thing I have is I've got a basically life-size Yoda with bunny ears. Yeah.
Does Yoda standardly have bunny ears?
No, he's got extra bunny ears.
Oh. Okay. I was like, what the hell? Oh, Easter Yoda. Easter Yoda. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna stop the recording.
Find the chocolate, you will.
So, I'm just sitting here.
Okay. Well, I will scoot my happy ass over, and
She's going to supervise.
Feel like shit. Nobody's about to laugh.
go. You should be able to hear through here.
How am I gonna fit it on my head?
These are I'm on the back.
On the back? Well,
On the back.
It's falling.
Just take the fucking hat off.
Oh, my hair looks like fucking Ursula the Sea Witch.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
She didn't have much.
We have the Bratty Squirrel.
Look, get to my ears.
You know,
There
that
we
thing
go.
does have
Yeah.
stretch. It
That's
does have
fucking
stretch.
sexy.
And if you want, you can flip the fan on. That might
Oh,
make you feel a little
yeah.
more comfortable.
I'm hot.
Well, yeah.
There we go. Oh, yeah.
And yeah, no.
All
and
I see is arm.
Oh, you see, yeah, because it's weird because yours is not showing up.
My hair looks like Ursula the Sea Witch, so this is my...
You had plenty of other hats you could have worn that would have covered up your head.
No, it would still creep out.
It looks like two fluffy balls in front of her.
Because I like balls on my chin.
Well then,
You like her fluffy balls. You want her fluffy balls bouncing on her chin.
You want to touch my fluffy balls?
my face is going to turn into a meme by the time we finish with this podcast.
Oh shit! I know
Even that's
you-
gonna get my ass.
Fluffy white balls. Put them in your mouth and suck them.
And
No.
that's going to be that's going to be the caption on the meme. It's going to be my face like this, and then tickle my fluffy white balls.
Especially since being as brown as you are, that just really doesn't make sense. If you have fluffy white balls, yeah.
Almost took the whole fucking thing with me.
That's an episode of House, by the way.
Oh shit! And she's all stumbling around trying to get the fan turned on, and
So, out of all of us, who needs a haircut badly?
No, I cut my own.
I'm Italian. I can let mine grow.
yeah. And,
Well, I'm
and
Mexican. I can let it grow, but it's just too damn hot right now.
you'd have those glorious locks if with your Mexican or your rico suave.
Was he suave squirrel?
Suave squirrel. That's your new one. You're not Latin squirrel. You are suave squirrel.
Okay, I'll take that.
Oh
So
god.
I just saw a meme on Facebook that actually kind of made me think if this whole quarantine thing lasts through summer, there's going to be a lot of people with face mask tan lines.
Oh god. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna be hilarious. That's gonna be great.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's gonna be a whole nation of people that are trying to match up their skin color with the tan lines.
It's going to be ridiculous, ain't it?
And I'm getting smacked with fuzzy white balls.
It's probably not the first time.
No, it's the first time. It's the first time.
On his chin.
Oh. Wow. Yeah,
you like
as
some
as
sugar
many
with that
burners
tea?
as many
You should've
burners
just
as I throw out.
Let me stay in the room.
You're always invited. Everybody loves to hear your dulcet tones.
How do vatos do this when they put it on their eyes? You can't see
I don't know. Every time I watch one of those like those gangster movies where they got the beanie pulled all the way down over their eyes, I'm like, how the fuck they walking around like that?
my eyes.
Like, how do you even have a shin
That's
left?
why they tilt their head back a little.
Mind you,
Got to tilt the head back a little and look towards the ground.
Okay.
mind you, his mom made me this hat.
Yep. My mom made that hat for her.
That's cool.
And it's like super thick and super heavy and really
But
warm.
she made it like I had the most giant fucking dome in the universe.
You have to have that big of a dome to keep up with that big ass brain of yours.
So now I'm fucking mega mind.
A little more milk. And heat the sauce a little bit, because I think you turned the heat down.
Yeah, because I was walking away from the stove.
Okay, so
And I,
Hello, whoever you are.
that's my wife.
That's your wife. Hi.
Yes, and look at the crazy.
Now I feel like a fifth wheel.
A little more milk. No more. Doesn't need any more seasoning. Then just heat the sauce back up and toss the pasta in it. Ta-da!
Yeah, totally not a fifth wheel. You're a fourth wheel, so that means we're actually a balanced vehicle. You know, if we throw the fifth wheel, that's a spare tire on the back.
That's a Jeep Wrangler joke right there.
Oh yeah, that's a Jeep Wrangler joke.
Ooh.
Better than a Ford joke, you know, that found on road dead, that type thing. You know,
Ford suck balls.
not denying.
Rabe tried to rave the longest time about how Ford is better than Chevy. And his context on this is that, well, they make better trucks. And nobody ever bought a Camaro for $1.7 million or whatever it was, right? And then me and another mutual friend of ours jumped in and said, yeah, because nobody's selling Camaros.
Right? They get a Camaro.
Mustangs, on the other hand, yes. Let me tell you something. If they ever sold that '69 Camaro from Blade, that fucking thing would go for a couple million.
Right?
Oh wow.
I want a 64 and a half.
64 and a half Mustang.
That was the first Mustang ever.
Yep. I have to admit the 64 and a half Mustang would be a really pretty thing to have. As much as I'm not a huge Mustang fan.
I want a either a '67 fastback or a '69 427 Mustang. But as far as Mustangs go, that and the Foxback is really all that I'm interested in. Other than that, I'm kind of a Chevy guy.
Parole violator stand and world peace.
Oh wow.
Oh, I got it. We're tracking. I was like, what the hell is that?
And then you got the movie reference.
Yes.
Okay, so
you know what show I love?
I'm like,
where they're always just messing with each other about Ford and Chevy is Netflix's The Ranch.
I'm gonna have to look it up. I have not seen that one.
Oh my God! It's with Ashton Kutcher, Sam Elliott. It had Danny Masterson for a while.
Mr. Scientology that raped chicks.
Yeah, that's a weird one. But
And it's funny because Sam Elliott and his girlfriend ended up being his wife. I can't remember who had what. One of them had a Chevy, the other one had a Ford, and they were always just going at each other about, oh, you know, you barely made it with your Chevy here, or, you know, how many times did you have to jumpstart that Ford truck and whatnot? They're just going at it. Never say anything about a Dodge or any other type of truck, but they're just going at it all the time.
What's that one that's on Amazon Prime? That's a the Grand Tour, or with those British car guys.
They had to change the show because
it's Seaman. It's the Grand Tour Seaman. It's basically
Seaman. It's just
it's basically
a show
Top
full
Gear
of
for
jizz.
boats.
Oh my gosh, you thought the same thing I did.
It's a
really
show
is.
to see whose jizz can fly the
Right.
farthest.
That entire show though is a testosterone boost. You know, they're driving around the beefiest cars they can find, and now we're stuck on semen. Or maybe it's stuck on you.
Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo. Oh God! So Jesse, you are always posting pictures of beautiful classic cars. If you were to pick any classic car, describe that car.
1957 Chevy Bel Air. That is my all-time favorite.
You're pretty close. You're pretty close to me. You're actually right on target with what I'm the '56 Chevy Bel Air candy apple red with a white soft top with white leather interior and a full chrome accent package.
Mine would be the white exterior with the red interior.
Nice.
With the red soft top.
And that entire thing though is because of the movie. The first time I ever saw that movie was Christine, the OG Stephen King movie. Yeah. And
I'm sorry, I still have like
Turgismo
stuck in my head. I went on the damn moist tangent earlier.
Oh God! And I don't know if either of you guys saw this, but
he posted one in the moist.
Oh yeah, Jesse, you've actually posted one on that moist one. Did you see the updates?
I posted like 4 or 5 of them.
Right.
Dude,
Harry Potter and the Chamber of the Chamber of Moist.
Yeah. So
I couldn't stop.
Jay, the idea like is you pick a movie and you replace a word with the word moist in the title of the movie.
Because I hate the word moist. It's just
right. It's just moist.
The Moist House instead of the M. No, I would say. What was that movie?
Oh God. Well, no, we did. Well, shit.
What did I put? Moist clowns from outer space.
Right. Right. Yeah. No, it got got bad.
50 Shades of Moist.
Star Wars: The Last Moist. No, right. Star Wars: The Moist Jedi. That's better.
No, we got. Let's see. We got Almost Moist. Something about moist.
What did I put? Moistzilla.
Moistzilla. He's just not that into moist. Attack of the Moist Tomatoes. You know, it got
51st Moist.
Godzilla, the Moist of the Monsters.
Right. There we go.
My friend actually does the motion capture for Godzilla.
Yep.
Oh.
Like he didn't even know. They told him, he does a lot of mocap for video games and movies. And
yeah, like he's Call of Duty. You know the guy in Call of Duty with dreads in the newest Call of Duty game?
He's in that one.
Yeah.
So they just told him, "Oh, we have a big job for you, and we need for you to come in today." And when he got in there, they attached a tail to him, and he's all, "What?" They're like, "Oh, you're gonna be Godzilla," and he's like, "Huh?" And he also did one of the Colossals, because they had different people doing Colossal in Deadpool.
Right.
When I used to work security in San Diego, I used to was contracted for Sony PlayStation.
Oh.
And that's when they first started with the PSP.
Oh wow.
I was there when they were doing God of War.
Right.
And one of the movies, or one of the things they did was motion capture for the athletes. And one day I went in there, I was doing my rounds, and I couldn't go inside, but I could go through the outside. And who's coming out smoking? Jet Li.
Oh shit!
Have you seen how he looks now, though?
No, well, at the time,
apparently
this was about 15 years ago.
Apparently, he's been sick, and he looked like he aged twice as fast than he should have. So he looks really old.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate Chris Judge as the mocap and voice for Kratos now.
That's nice. Okay, so I'm gonna have to like clarify some stuff because first off, we'll go here. So Brandy can understand who Kratos is.
Well, you guys were talking about sex earlier. My spank bank is Geralt of Rivia.
Yeah, no, she's all up on The Witcher now. Kratos.
I will leave him in a second for fucking Henry Cavill.
Oh yeah.
I think
no,
Henry
and
Cavill. I think either Tom Ellis or Henry Cavill is going to be the next Bond.
Okay,
I hope-
that's
You heard it
Kratos.
right here.
Cavill would match more.
Yeah.
He was supposed. It was between him and Daniel Craig, but Henry was still too young. You know how Bonds are a little bit more mature.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, they're a little more aged.
a little wizened, but that's Kratos.
The bald dude that bones chicks.
Yes. She's watched me play that game. Okay, so and who did you say was playing the voice?
Christopher Judge is doing he did the mocap and the voice for the newest game.
Oh, him.
He's the black dude from SG1.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the one that had the thingy on his
Yeah,
forehead?
had the little golden swirly thing on his forehead.
That dude is like 6'7", 275 pounds of rock.
Right.
Like,
and
That he is a huge guy.
right, and you know, and he's in his like 50s or 60s now. I mean, he's no spring chicken at all.
It's just his voice.
Right. This is true. I mean,
No, he's doing the mocap too.
Oh, he's just
yeah, if he's
He
doing
does-
mocap, I don't
and
doubt
He
it.
does
Then he
all the
probably-
mocap for the.
knows who my friend is. I forget. He has his own. He created his own. And it's called Tribe of something.
What?
Is that the fan I'm hearing?
No, it's not our fan. Somebody's fan is like right up on the microphone.
Oh, sorry, that's my fan, and it's actually about 8 feet away from me.
Holy crap, that microphone is way too damn sensitive.
'Cause he's a hot suave squirrel.
Okay, so as much as we've been calling you Jay Nighthammer, we got to give you a squirrel name while you're on here. What would be your what are you, Flip Squirrel?
The dragon squirrel.
Hey, I'm part flip, fucker.
So's he.
Damn.
That was the Filipino part. We go half Latino when we get pissed off. Say it right, fucker.
Did you hear that joke that all the Filipino people, how are Filipino people gonna point if they have masks on?
That is
Damn.
true.
Because they point with their lips.
I didn't think about that. Yeah. The audio
Boy,
for that's
go-
gonna be great.
And when you hear the stories that people talk about their old Filipino nanas or their Filipino moms, oh god, and especially since you get
No, where's this stuff? How are you gonna see that under one mask?
and
Then they can just use their eyebrows. Well, on them eyebrows anyway.
right, I was gonna say, wait, they're gonna be it's the blind
Fuck
leading
off!
the blind.
Don't talk about my eyebrows, jackass.
She's got like 12 hairs as her eyebrows. I mean, you know, we've got some
I didn't
glorious
purposely-
eyebrows here.
I didn't purposely do it so I could draw them with fucking brown Sharpie.
But then again, you are a fabulous makeup artist, so you do.
I'm
have that going for you.
Asian. They eventually don't want to live here no more.
Well, yeah, that's like
Watch
I was just
Asian women. They start off with fucking eyebrows and then they're just bald.
right. Well, and that is absolutely true. And I was just
See?
making the comment with Jay.
I told him when I get older, I'm gonna be those old.
The lack of
ladies,
hair is a Filipino-
Those
or-
old Asian ladies in Chinatown that they go and get the furl perms, but you can still see their like melon. And when like the
Well, it's
light
like
shows through,
it's like
and it just
all
looks
the Asian
like this
all Asian women,
halo of fuzz.
all Asian women, no matter what country they're from, all Asian women, once they pass like
Once we pass
40, they morph into the same thing.
no.
Brandy is 1 year shy of 50.
And then
I'm 49 years old, fucker.
Filipino men,
I did not. I did,
Filipino men,
their pants get higher to their armpits.
no, no. Filipino men, they turn into Ninja Turtles after like 40. All of them.
And their waist.
Everybody has a Filipino uncle that looks like this.
My dad looks like a big brown toad now.
Oh God! You know what?
See?
My dad looks like a big brown like bullfrog.
So now, Jay, you're gonna actually have to take a selfie with that facial expression on it and send it to me. We'll put it on the
when my
page.
dad comes to Vegas and there's no humidity, he turns into a brown crusty bullfrog.
Oh Jesus!
And then I gotta bitch at him the whole time to put on lotion, and I get this is the other thing with old Filipino men.
Right?
Never mind.
Never mind.
But he doesn't have that accent. It's just the Hawaiian local pidgin.
That and Jason, hand me the shit for half a fucking hour in the mall.
And the can last for about a good 3 fucking minutes. Kind of like Korean.
And they all play dominoes.
Oh.
No, my dad doesn't play dominoes. He plays Pipito.
Pepito or Pagao.
Or Paigao.
Mm.
Yeah.
For Mexicans, it's loteria.
And my dad also fights chickens.
Oh. Yeah.
It's illegal.
Fights them or beats them?
No.
To like tenderize them?
No,
fight them. Like
fighting.
strap the knife on the ankle and let them go to town on each other.
I'm trying to say it nicely instead of saying cockfighting.
We've already discussed
I think
sexual practice
you're thinking
and
about is called
masturbation.
swordplay.
Yeah, swordplay.
Pork sword LARPing. But
Oh wow.
Oh.
Bacon curing.
Bacon curing.
meat Twinkie.
You want to swallow my Twinkie, but anyway. Oh God! And you know this happens all the time. When I go grocery shopping, I go to the meat counter at Albertsons.
And he fondles all the long pork tenderloins.
Brenda,
No, I'm kidding.
do you know what long pork is?
They're like this.
No. Do you know what long pork is?
Please enlighten me.
Human flesh.
Even Oh, you know that batshit crazy dude from InfoWars, that Alex Jones?
Yeah.
He said he'd be perfectly fine with cannibalism if we ran out of food. That crazy fat fuck.
I'd nominate him for the barbecue pit. You know, put him on his spit, let him turn. Put a good dry rub on.
Rotate him.
I ain't dry rubbing no dudes.
Yeah,
That's
he
why
likes to
you
use
put
lube.
oil on the rub in the marinade, so you know your hands can glide and
He likes to
and
use
and-
lube on the dudes.
and massage it in like Mr. Miyagi.
So, at what end is the pole gonna go through so it can rotate?
Wow.
Fucking butthole through his mouth.
Oh.
Oh!
Ow.
From the rooter to the tutor.
All right, Vlad.
That's right.
Vlad
No,
the
I
Impaler.
used to call. We have a friend who has like a really big wiener, and I used to call him Vlad the Impaler.
What the fuck?
No, okay, so a few things. He's not only got a really giant schlong, the man is known as the Asian Whisperer. So the only women that he actually tends to go for are little tiny petite Asian things.
So they sound like, Asian porn, like the monkeys on crack. That,
You mean, let's go! Yeah!
Right.
and they're boning Asian dudes, like Japanese dudes, and they've got like this.
Like 2-inch dicks. And kind
And
of like yours,
They
Jay.
gotta go through all
But-
that bush. Fucking bushwhacker with their machete.
They get a weed whacker.
Thank you very much.
Machete.
Machete.
And then you turn around and you've got our friend who's got no less than like a 9.5,
Dude,
10-inch schlong. I mean, it's just
I saw a picture. He showed, because he was like proud of it. He showed me the picture, and the girl was lying down on the bed, the top of her head facing this way, and he laid it on her face, and base of his dick was like at her forehead, and it went here. I'm like,
To her-
fuck, that's like,
to, like, beyond her chin.
literally- That's like literally sword swallowing.
yeah. Yeah, I mean that's the kind of dick that most women look at and go, no.
That's like an inverted gag. Like he's boning her and she's just going. Jay, you look traumatized.
I know. That's what I was gonna say. Jay, are you
No,
okay there?
because like, what happened in my head just then was boning Asian. If he's
What
He's boning
happened
Asian
was-
women. If he's
What?
boning Asian women and they are only programmed to take Asian penis, therefore, when he goes
He's
balls
puncturing
deep,
their diaphragm.
that's
Maybe all
like
the way to the
either
heart.
you're either guaranteed to have octuplets, or you're rupturing a spleen.
He's getting some rib.
Oh,
If you
he
wanna-
doesn't
if
bother.
wanna-
He
if
doesn't
wanna
shoot
get
it.
biblical.
He's getting his back.
He doesn't shoot it at the
Yeah.
cervix. He doesn't shoot it in the uterus. He fucking goes straight up to the ovaries and shoots it straight at the eggs. It's like lathers the eggs.
Lathers the egg.
Lathers.
Now we're back to
Lathers.
semen. Thank you.
Full circle.
As I'm
They
watching a
come out-
video
they
where they're
come out
making
with
cupcakes
the-
and the first thing is condensed milk.
They,
Fucking ruined my life. I'm not watching this video anymore.
Oh God. Yeah.
Jay,
no.
your facial reactions are just hilarious.
Price will say thing.
Well,
What bastard said I had a face for radio? Fuck him.
And so, and anytime that we had the facial reactions, I wish you guys could actually see it when you're listening to this, because, like I said, Jay, you're gonna have to like send me like a slew of pictures, like the shock face, O face, happy face, the faces of Jay.
Faces of Jay. 50 Shades of Jay.
Yeah.
We've already gone over the fact that this poor man has had a fairly vanilla sex life.
How sad for you.
My dating life, however, has been a roller coaster.
Well, it's because like
Mainly
90% of
because,
it's been digital.
Well, no, not necessarily. A lot of it has been infidelis.
Oh, okay.
I can admit that. I'm 32 now.
Oh, he's still a baby.
Infidelity.
I've been the instigator.
Yeah, no.
You have to
As
keep
much
your
as we got
pee-pee in your
the suave squirrel down there. We got what would be the Filipino version of suave? I mean, we're not going to call him boto squirrel.
Spain conquered the Philippines for 350 years, so we could technically both be suave squirrel.
Squirrel. Boto is slang for dick, by the way.
Yeah.
You better not call me balut squirrel.
I still won't eat that.
So funny story about balut, right? I didn't know what that was, all right? And my mother called me balutna all my life up until I was like 14. that's when Fear Factor kind of became popular.
Did she call you Pungit too?
No. So I was watching Fear Factor one day, and the second challenge was they had to eat balut. And she was in the kitchen cooking, and I was like, Mom! And she comes right, she said, what's wrong? You call me an underdeveloped embryo that gets eaten whole?
That means she wished that you were a blowjob.
She wished you were an abortion.
Right? Like, and I'm thinking that's what started going through my head. She was like, I'm just like, does she wish that I got swallowed? I don't understand. Like, so from that point on, I told her you're not allowed to call me Balutna anymore, so she doesn't do it anymore.
Right.
Here's something funny: is my daughter, she for her first semester of high school as a freshman, she went into culinary arts, and they gave her 100-year-old eggs and balut, and she said that the 100-year-old egg tasted like dried up Jello.
No.
And the balut, she's like, it was just too grainy. She's all, and I didn't like the crunch of it.
Feathers.
Right. I mean, you're eating like little pin feathers and beak and. Ugh.
But I told her, you've never really tried it, so it's your first time. So if you try it again, over and over again, you may like it. She thought about it. She's, oh, yeah, you're right. I go, it's just like any other food that you've never tried. You may not like it in the beginning, but you'll like it afterwards.
No. There's foods that
As a chef, I call bullshit on you might like it after 5-6 times.
Right.
So,
That's
funny
like
story about
trying
that.
to
Funny
tell
story about
somebody
that.
who doesn't like anal. I promise you'll like it eventually.
Just relax.
So funny
Let
story
it go.
about trying foods that you'll like. So
I thought he was going to say funny
when
story about
when
trying anal.
I was apprenticing,
Huh?
no.
While I was apprenticing doing anal?
When I was apprenticing as a chef, a whole different kind of anal. They
A lot of
chef
cucumbers.
put me onto the saute line, and he asked me to make a spaghetti vongole, which is spaghetti with a wine sauce and clams. And he was like, I could see if it was right or if it needed salt or whatever. And I was like, Chef, I don't eat seafood. And he was like, what do you mean you don't eat seafood? I'm like, Chef, I can't stand it. I'll throw up. And he was like, all right. So we finished the dish, and then he just kind of pauses and looks at me, and he goes, Jay, do you eat pussy? And I was like, what do you mean, Chef? And he was like, well, you said you've never eaten seafood. And I said, well, no, Chef, I've eaten seafood, but my seafood has to be prepared very well, and it has to be prepared a certain way for me to eat it. I just don't, He's like, all right, so do you eat pussy? And I was like, I don't understand, Chef. He's like, answer the fucking question. I said, yes, Chef, I eat pussy. Why? Seafood is kind of like that. And I was like, well, Chef, a lot of the pussy I've eaten has been well prepared.
You squirt lime on it first.
And then I looked over to my right, and the sous chef is sitting there making an order of spaghetti, and he starts scratching the back of his head, and he's like, he looks over at me and he goes, can I fire the rest of this shit?
Oh, God.
Here's your pasta and pussy sauce. Enjoy.
Yeah.
You forever will be preparing pussy sauce. It's just the way it goes.
Bon appetit.
Yeah.
Pipit means
I'm gonna have to
slang
make a
for
dish
pussy.
inspired by that now.
Pipit is slang for pussy in Filipino. Bon appetit.
So now in the next family in the next family reunion, if I hear my mother say my name and then say that word, I know she's calling me a pussy. Got it.
Yeah, right. She meant that little pipit.
Uki, Puki, Uki ni nambastos is you fucking pussy. You know.
The Filipino lesson of the day.
You only learn the bad shit. So.
Almost all the little,
I didn't learn
words of-
anything.
And that's impressive. I mean, you were raised in the house, and like the only thing you know is balut.
My mother refused. My mother refused. She said that I was American. I didn't need to learn Tagalog. And then, like, fast forward 10, 15 years, we start having family reunions, and everybody's speaking Tagalog except for me. I'm sitting with my in-laws, and we're just kind of playing PlayStation like we have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. They could be, plotting to kill us all, and we don't know.
My family reunion from my Filipino Chinese side of the family, we actually took a picture of all the half whiteys. Because there's a bunch of us that are half white, and they were all taking pictures, and I'm like, it's the half whiteys picture.
Wow. Because the majority of them are very brown. So
I have cousins that are like, they look like straight up from Manila. And my poor sister-in-law, my brother married a girl that is like the dark kind of Filipino, with the black lips and purple gums.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he calls her name is Brenda, but he calls her Mindy because he said, you look like you're from Mindanao.
Oh.
Damn! What an asshole!
related to her, what are you expecting?
So funny story about being related to being an asshole.
Being related to being an asshole. Oh.
So, my daughter, Greg, when you first met me, my daughter was 3. She is going to be 11 this year.
Oh, Jesus.
The tweens. Then they start getting sassy at you. Yeah.
And her mom don't agree on any fucking thing.
Yeah.
So one day her mom calls me. She says, Gabby got suspended from school. And I'm like, why the fuck did Gabby get suspended from school? What the hell did she do? She says, well, she told her best friend a secret. I was like, she got suspended for telling her best friend a secret? She's like, that's all she'll tell me. Maybe you can talk to her. So I talked to her. And she said, well, I told my best friend a secret. And she didn't keep it a secret. And I was like, well, what is the secret? And she said, I told her who my crush was. And she blurted it out to the entire cafeteria. And I was like, okay, so where's the part where you get suspended? She's like, well, I turned around and decked her.
Wow.
So okay, give your mom the phone back. And she says, okay. So so her mom's like, well, what are we gonna do? And I said, well, we're not gonna do a fucking thing. I'm gonna send Venmo you $20. You're gonna take her out for fucking ice cream. And she's like, seriously? We're not gonna punish her? I was like, bet your ass she goes back to school. Nobody fucks with her.
Right. And the next time she says something in confidence, nobody's gonna fucking open their damn mouths.
Now, 3 weeks later.
Oh, damn.
Somebody called CPS and a whole investigation started, right? So Gabby's mom is kind of freaking out, and her and Gabby get into a fight. So she's trying to get Gabby to go downstairs. Gabby doesn't want to go downstairs. She's walking behind her really close, and da-da-da-da-da. They're yelling at each other. So my daughter's response was to turn around and break her mother's nose.
Damn.
Which my response was, all right, baby, you shouldn't be doing that. Da-da-da-da. You're going to spend the weekend at a friend's house just to be away from your mom. Hang up, click. And then my wife is like, So what are we going to do? I was like, once again, we're not going to do a fucking thing. She's like, why not? And I was like, A, because hopefully that'll influence CPS. And they'll send her to me. B, shit was fucking hilarious.
Because you get the multiple infractions with one parent, and that one parent doesn't know how to freaking handle it, and well, that's life.
What pissed me off was CPS after a 6-month investigation where there was fighting and Gabby had to be removed from the home several times. Come at home, pediatric doctors to check on the kid came over to find that Gabby was left alone. All this should happen, right, over the course of 6 months.
Right.
I told CPS, I was like, this is her history. This is the timeline. This is all the proof that I have. You cannot begin to tell me that this is not an environmental thing. Perhaps we should talk about placing her with me. After all that bullshit, they said, this is the order I got. It was determined that the claims of physical child abuse were substantiated. We are recommending in-home counseling and that Gabby remain placed with her mother. And I was like, I don't fucking understand what is happening in my life.
Right. Why would they leave them with the parent that's got substantiated child
Because she started cooperating.
I don't give a flying fuck.
That's what I said.
I'm trying to protect my kid. I don't care if you... I've seen a million times where a person that says, "Oh, I've changed." I've seen a million times that person.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. What they change? Their underwear? But people don't change like that. They don't change overnight. It takes a long time. So the proper move would have been to put Gabby in your care and then have supervised visitation and maybe expand the visits with the mother over time as the mother seeks counseling and shows that she actually has changed. That would have been my move.
This is awfully serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the system sucks.
Yeah.
The system does suck.
I used to work at a shop that was like right around the corner from the CPS back in Hawaii. Well, that was right around the corner from where all the family court kind of things and stuff. So every once in a while I'd have the people coming to this shop, just because they're pissed off and they just want to look at clothes or whatever to get out of the mindset or whatever. And then I can hear them talking, and the one couple came in. Well, it wasn't a couple, it was the guy, and that was his kids, and he was with his mom, and they're like, she's still doing drugs. I know she's still doing drugs, but she's doing, taking all the stuff for the piss tests where she was pissing clean. I said, you know what the trick to that is? You need to tell your lawyer to tell them to take a hair sample.
Yep.
So if she comes back to court fucking shaved, bald, clean, then she's got something to hide.
Yep. Because you can't hide it in a hair follicle.
You can't hide it in hair.
Speaking of hair samples, I'm currently watching like a bitch boy get waxed. Like his face waxed and his nose hairs waxed.
Did he say Kelly Clarkson?
Oh, the best.
No, it's a dude and he's flitching around like, I want to do it. I want to do it.
What is he gonna do? Leave it in there. Yeah, so sexy.
I wouldn't fuck.
Probably one of the best ones. The best ones I've seen though is they had this like muscle bound dude that got his whole body with
He's
one of those...
I can take it.
Yeah.
Instead of shaving before to prep for the contest, he goes, I'm gonna wax my whole body, and bitch boy, he couldn't handle till the end.
From like the waist up and his legs, just everything except for what was covered by his little speedos. He had the whole thing covered.
And that hair has to go because...
Right, he had the whole thing covered with, the face mask, the ones the peel masks. He had his whole body covered with that.
Oh, hell no. One part at a time.
Dude, no, he did the whole body. It looked like he was in a latex bodysuit from like
He stopped
his
when they
hairline
started
down.
getting close to his nuts.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can you imagine? I mean, would you not do a Chris
Viva
Tucker scream?
Brazil!
I mean, my
He
brother
would have been
used to-
he would have been hitting those high notes like Mariah Carey.
Right, he'd hit the whistle notes.
My brother used to bodybuild, and he entered a few contests, but he never did the waxing.
Never did the full wax.
Never did the wax. He never even asked me, but because I used to work in a.
Well, he's also like half Filipino, which means that he
No,
like
but
doesn't
he's
have a whole
also
lot of hair.
Portuguese. That he has way more hair than me. Well, not on his head. It's like migrating down now.
Right. Well, we already discussed that's what happened to mine. I got none on top, and it all fell onto my face for
It did not fall on your face. It's like a fucking hair pattern of angel wings on his back that comes like this, and you can brush it like that, and then he can make like all the way down to the seaweed crack.
The look of concern on Jay's face is great. And
That's a perfect picture right there.
He's imagining it now.
Can
Unfortunately,
you
I
feel
was.
the
I was like, how the
love
fuck-
tonight?
And I used to
Well, because,
shave
I mean,
his back, and then he completely broke out, and I'm like, I'm not
Holy
doing that again.
shit!
Yeah, no.
Because he's a bitch. He won't let it. One little fucking zit on his back. He sounds like Chris Tucker. You're a bitch.
You happy?
That's right. Yeah, I'm very happy.
Called me out
Hey,
on
Greg.
the podcast. Yes, sir.
Did you see the latest post I put on Facebook of I don't know if it's the son or the husband that scared the living crap out of his mom or wife? There was a cat sitting on one end of the couch while she's sitting on the other, and she sits down, and all of a sudden you hear "Mama."
Oh shit.
The woman screamed bloody murder. The cat jumps the moment she screams.
Oh God.
And out pops up, I don't know if it's the son or the husband. And I've seen that 12 times. And each time I laugh harder and harder. Where I have to run to the bathroom now.
Oh damn! No, let's say April 14th. I'll look for it. I gotta.
I
What
just
disturbs me is you
posted
couldn't tell if it was
yesterday.
his mom or his wife.
How's that other one with the kid with the birthday and the brother's trying to blow out the candle and the dad
Oh,
or whatever
yeah.
putting the plate? I'm like,
Oh, and
Yes.
yeah.
oh, dude, I would have been like, get the fuck out of here. Go upstairs. He ain't getting no cake, bitch.
Yeah. No, I would have popped that kid in the face with the damn plate. It's
And this is why I don't have children.
right. No, we'd be horrible at it. We would be horrible
No, he'd
parents.
forget to feed it. He'd forget to change its diaper.
I like how it's an itch.
I
You
know.
would find 10 pounds of doo-doo in his freaking diaper. Like forget to water it.
Have you seen
So-
Mr. Lee?
Water it.
He is not a skinny cat. We don't have skinny cats.
So-
We have big chunky cats.
No, my petite is voluptuous.
Oh.
The day after Gabby was born, I was obviously trying to take care of her, feed her, and change her diapers and whatnot. So the first diaper of the day, this is her third diaper of life, right?
Right.
Oh, you got the black.
I take it
sludge?
off, and yeah, and it was that tar, right? And what was bad about it is as I took the diaper off, she continued. So the nurse walks in while I'm holding like her legs up by her ankles, and like sludge is just pouring out of her ass. And she's like, "Is everything okay?" And I'm like, "Is it supposed to be that color?" And she's like, yeah, did you catch it in the middle of like a blast? And I'm like, well, it's not blasting, it's oozing. I hope it doesn't blast. That would be horrifying.
Now, I've had 3 daughters. Okay.
So sorry for you.
Just all that
my
estrogen.
My oldest will be 23. My second will be 21. And my youngest just turned 15. And it's funny that people are like, don't you want a boy? Actually, after all this time, I prefer girls. I know what to expect out of the girls already.
I prefer girls too.
Because if a boy, you'd be like, and then wee.
Oh, I've changed enough boy diapers, but I know what to.
He's getting up there in age, so he's getting up there in age, so he's probably changed his own diapers quite a bit, so he should be used to it by now.
Hey, I may be almost 50, but I don't look 80. Okay, Greg.
Everyone thinks he's older than I am.
What I've been enjoying about having a girl, I do have a boy, but what I do enjoy about my girl is she needs dad a lot, and I actually like that. Not in a needy, I'm a child kind of way. She needs me as like kind of that male figure in her life, and I'm hoping that she bases like who she's going to form a long-term commitment with on that, because I try to emulate that behavior,
right?
And we have a very solid relationship, and I always tell her mother, and she's like, I don't understand how she does. I talk to her as a young adult because that is what she is. She is not a baby anymore,
right.
You have to have some sort of manner of leadership skills to deal with that age. And my boy, however, he needs dad right now, and he likes having dad around a lot.
But after a while, his boys are going to mean more than dad.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, A, and B, he has a lot more energy than my girl ever did.
Oh.
And it's one of those things to burn energy.
No.
Our fixed cat is trying to hump the fixed girl cat. He has no idea what to do with his empty hair sacs. And he still tries.
Get away from her.
Dude, yeah, we need a 50 Shades of Jay picture. We need to just have you tile.
Photograph compilation.
He doesn't know that he's supposed to crouch down a little, so he's just like, okay, I know what I'm supposed to do, and you see his back parts just twitching, and I'm like, and then sometimes we won't catch it in time, and we hear her get pissed off and go, and he's got the bite on the neck, and I'm like, dude, you got nothing in those little furry sacks. Your little pink peepee is not going to come out.
Poor cat.
Oh, but dude, when we brought her home, I thought we were going to be able to get her fixed before she went into her first heat. Fuck no. But I think what happened was the people dumped her at his job where he was working. And I think she had gone into her first heat and they couldn't handle how she sounded because she didn't have that sexy come hither, come tickle my ginger buns kind of. No, she sounded like fucking Scuttle from The Little Mermaid.
Oh, and with that, we've actually hit an hour, so we are going to put this on pause. We'll come back in a little bit to record episode number 2 and come back in 2 weeks for you in just a few minutes. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to the Squirrel Tangent. If you are interested in helping us out, do check us out on www.patreon.com/The Squirrel Tangent. Also check us out on Facebook. You can stream us and share us with all of your friends on any of your streaming services.
Howie the Nickel!
Bye-bye.